여기 아빠랑 있고요. 2년에 한 번쯤 한 번 보는 아빠가 LA에 와서 Q&A 질문 좀 하려고 모셨습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 태민이 아빠입니다.
웨이브에서. 첫 번째 질문은 한국에서 태어나신 건지 미국에서 태어나신 건지 궁금해요. 태어나신 지역도 궁금해요.
우리 태민이는 한국에서 태어났고요. 서울에 노량진이라고 있는데 노량진 수산시장 그 근처에서 태어나고 자랐고 초등학교 2학년까지 서울에서 자랐습니다.
다음 질문은 원래 미국으로 이민 가신 건지 궁금해요.
이민은 아니었고 유학 왔는데 영주권이 생겨서 지금까지 이렇게 있어서 아직 태민이는 한국인이기도 하고 미국에 살 수도 있고 그런 상황입니다.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
이거 갖고 왔어요. 인테리어 선물.
오, thank you.
어떻게 맞춰입었나요?
그러니까 니트. GPA가 뭐였니?
저는 GPA 사실 기억이 안 나는데 그 자료를 진짜 찾아보려고 했는데 못 찾아서 3.78 아니면 3.83.
Out of 4, right?
Yeah.
오.
I'm pretty sure it's closer to 3.78.
되게 높았네. SAT는?
SAT는 1550
오.
on the 1600 scale. 다음 질문으로
학부를 USC에서 다니셨나요?
학부를 USC 나왔어요. 뭐 시켰죠?
운하기농?
똑같은 거 주나요? 다음 질문으로 가볼게요. 임생사 시작하기 전 좀 일찍 와서 그
전공을 학부 때 뭐 하셨나요?
전공은 휴먼 바이오 전공했고요. G 클래스 듣고 전공 수업들 바이오 캠, 오캠 또 뭐 있지 뭐 이것저것 듣고 그리고 미술 수업도 들었어요.
Do you think it will prepare you for dental school?
I don't know. I think it's just prerequisites, so you just take it because you have to take it. 그러면 다음 장소로 Let's go.
Taemin needs his lactate.
Very good.
It's Jomatings. 네, 이번에는 USC 장단점에 대해서 얘기를 해볼 건데요.
USC 장점은 일단 학교 처음 왔을 때 되게 예쁘다는 생각을 했고 18살 때 와서 구경을 해본 소감이 CC하면 되게 좋겠다 라는 생각을 했는데 한 번도 안 했다는 점. 네. 해봤어? 뭘 갑자기 자랑해 왜?
코리아타운이랑 되게 가까워가지고 I never got homesick. 또 한 가지 좋은 거는 이게 사람이 다양하다 보니까
맞네.
막 외국인들이랑 친하고 싶으면 외국인들도 많고 한국인도 지내고 싶으면 한국인도 진짜 많고 그래서 저는 처음에 한국인 친구가 하나도 없었어요. 그러다가 이제 한국어로 놀고 한국인들이 그리워져가지고 그때서야 이제 한인에 들어가서 태민이도 만나고 뭐라고 해야 되지? if there's a circle you're looking for, there's probably one at USC. Yeah.
아주 좋은 포인트네요. 단점은 좀 동네가 위험하다. 알죠?
그쵸. 저희 집에 누가 대문을 그냥 열고 들어와가지고 스쿠터를 2개 그냥 훔쳐가고.
차랑 스쿠터.
여도.
내 차는 아니고 그냥 이게 대문 열고 스쿠터랑 차.
뭐 저는 USC 좋았어요. USC 4년 다니고 그래서 또 치대도 USC 나오고 있겠죠? 좋으니까.
그러니까
형 썰 있다고 했는데. 제가 USC 처음 왔을 때 동아리에서 이 형을 만난 거예요.
그때 태민이는 일단 그때도 되게 하였어요. 같이 샌디에고를 한번 갔는데 동아리 이벤트에서 태민이 혼자 저기 전봇대 그늘에 쏙 들어가가지고 이제 안 탈라고.
맞아요.
그리고 그때는 지금보다 몸집이 한 반? 50%? 그 정도 됐다가 태민이의 CC 로망을 이루신 는 어떠셨는지.
재밌었다면서요.
근데 it's like the idea like CC 시작하는 게 수업에서 만났어. 그래서 이게 그 약간 그 로망이라 like the typical story. 근데 뭐 헤어졌어.
그러면 이걸로 USC 질문은 마치겠습니다. 수미 왔다. 수미, you wanna answer what you liked and disliked about USC?
I love USC.
Hey guys, just saying hi. I hope the matcha review went well. I don't know if they remember. Did you edit
It's
it?
not up yet.
Oh,
I'm still collecting clips.
okay. Well, hopefully you guys like my matcha review.
What's up? Hey, what's up?
Where did you apply for dental school?
I applied to USC, UOP, UCLA.
What was your GPA?
My undergrad GPA was 3.94.
And then what did you get on the DAT then?
I got a 25.
Wow.
What you got there?
I got a ham and cheese empanada. So good. What was your timeline for applying?
After freshman and sophomore year, the summer after, I took my DAT. The summer after junior year, I applied to dental school. And then I got my interview November of my senior year, and then got it December, so after fall semester of senior year. No gap years, had my summer break after college, and then just jumped into my first semester of dental school.
That's the dream, bro. I had to take 2 gap years. Interviewed in January and got in March.
Ooh.
So but we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here.
Have
Still
a
made
good
it.
time.
We're looking at my actual ATSAS application.
So what did you do in undergrad that helped you get into SC, you think?
I think the biggest selling point was DDS. It's just like our pre-dental organization. I was a member my freshman year, and then I was treasurer at some point, and then I moved on to co-president. I was a vice president for this like Korean organization, co-president for another like pre-dental focus.
So you just did like a lot of leadership stuff.
Yeah, and I did no research.
Yeah, you don't really need to do research to get into dental school.
That's a good point. Oh yeah, I just had normal amount of shadowing hour, 130 or something.
I think as long as you have like above 100, I think.
Yeah, so I was really trying to sell my leadership and stats, and then I said that's enough for me to not do research and not write like a phenomenal personal statement. So I wrote a pretty mid-why dentistry statement. Yeah, I think I started this when it opened.
It was like middle of May.
Middle of May, and then I submitted it beginning of June. But what do you think was your strong point?
Well, I actually got to work with you 1 year in leadership for DDS.
Right.
And I wrote about that, doing a bunch of shadowing, going on service trips. I did leadership, but I did a lot of non-dental clubs. So I was in like an a cappella group and I was president for that. So I wrote about that in my app. And I think that helped. I think that like gave me a different angle. But you can add like so much stuff to the app. Anything that you're proud of.
What are you looking at, Aaron?
I'm trying to find your GPA. Bro, you got A's in OChem?
Yeah.
How? A's in okay, you're just a nerd. That's crazy.
I'm just the what?
You're just a nerd. What advice would you give to undergrad students on their pre-dental track? to freshman.
Wait, explain your background.
So went to USC for undergrad. That's where I met you.
Now we're at the same dental school. What advice would you give?
Just don't compare yourself to anybody, because dental school is gonna be hard. So if you need to take a gap year, take one. Like there are people in my class that are like 26, 27. I remember the best piece of advice I got freshman year was, if you can't see yourself doing any other career, then you probably shouldn't go into medicine, because it's such a big commitment, financially, time-wise. So you have to really make sure that you love it. Oh, get your letters of record early. Yeah,
Figure out your professor.
like even sophomore year, like if you really like a professor, just get their letter of rec, store it. Do things early so you can enjoy undergrad.
Yeah, I'd say that's my advice.
Make sure your GPA is good. At least in our undergrad, some majors were way easier than others. And I know we probably took like the hardest major. Certain majors have way easier upper div, so I would go ahead and talk to like a counselor. I wish I did that. Unlike undergrad, like applying for dental school, like the basic stuff, like your numbers are super important.
So your major doesn't really matter.
Is having fun too basic? Actually, no, I think that's a good piece of advice.
Have fun in a way that builds character.
Yeah.
Like go out there and
Live your life.
live your life.
Don't just grind. Don't just be a nerd like Taylor.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Aaron. Hope that was helpful. Anthony, I brought you a gift.
Thank you for your service. First one is, how did you prepare for the interviews?
The weird thing is, we were sort of caught after COVID, so they were switching the interview process a lot. So we didn't really have an interview, right?
Not really.
Yeah, we just had a pre-recorded Kira talent thing, and then like a PBL session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't really have an interview. We lucked out, basically.
Yeah, it was all online for this. But I do think it's a little bit more stress for the in-person interviews.
Yeah.
Alright, second question. So when are you going to graduate? What kind of exams are there?
We're gonna graduate 2027. We have normal written exams. We also have practical exams.
Do you have any plans on specializing?
I do not plan on specializing yet.
Alright, third question. So what are your thoughts on dental school so far?
It's alright. It's doable. Oh, wow. We might have ordered too much. That's a lot of food.
So in the beginning, was it a little hard adjusting?
It wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah.
What about hand skills wise?
It was hard at the very beginning, but I adjusted.
Sorry.
How do you feel about dental school?
I think at first they kind of push you a bit. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, for
professors,
sure.
for our school at least.
Yeah.
They make it a little like more intense. I mean, it depends person to person.
For sure, for
but
sure.
I feel like you get things naturally quicker.
Oh,
Like
thanks, Tony.
in terms of like hand skills wise. Like glaze.
All right, Tony, what is the next question?
How do you manage finances and debt while being in dental school?
I do not manage debt. I take what I need, and I hope that future me takes care of it. Would you say the same for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dental school is ridiculously expensive. Unless you have really rich parents, you can't really pay for it. So everyone takes out loans.
Pretty much most dental students.
Yeah, it's most dental students are in like hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt.
I feel like it's more important managing it after dental school.
Yeah, after dental school.
What do you think are the pros and cons of just the dentistry as a profession?
What does your dad think as a working dentist?
So from my dad's perspective, I think him and along with almost every other dentist, they'll tell you that one of the biggest pros is for sure time, like free time.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, work-life balance.
Nice.
Cons is probably get a lot of stress.
Oh.
Just because you see so many people and like sometimes they could be not like as cooperative as you think, even though you're trying to like give them the best care.
I'm not a dentist, so I can't really say. That's why I brought Tony here. So I hope that's a helpful answer.
I totally don't have one.
Oh wait, did you say Uno?
Yeah, remember I said Uno and then you said what color?
That was so fast. So Tony, why did you pick dentistry over med?
I feel like the years required to like be in med school,
Yeah.
I feel like it's not worth it, in my opinion.
That is a common reason. For me, that, and I knew I wanted to work with my hands, so that meant I had to do surgery. But if I did medical surgery, I would have the responsibility of someone else's life, and that was too much for me, so I preferred dentistry.
Oh, if not dentistry, what would you do?
I literally couldn't think of anything to do outside of dentistry. And I think that's a good way to know that dentistry is for me.
I mean, I think if the pay was good, wouldn't you do something art related?
Oh yeah. If there was a solid career path, I would have done like something art. But it's not. What would you have done, Tony?
That's a great question.
Right? You can't really.
No, I can't.
We've focused on dentistry for so long that we can't really think of anything else.
Is that how can we apply that to our FP additionals? We need to be adding some wax on the lingual side of our diagnostic task before we make our provisional. So I know that some of us have already made a the last project design and so that it's not ideal for a patient in terms of tissue health. The last project design that we do is called a hygienic project.
Duo.
How do you find the time to balance school, extracurriculars, and having fun in general?
There's like the trinity of school life: good grades, good sleep, good social life, and you can only have 2 of those. Found it really easy to give up social life because I'm super introverted. So yeah, I really like sleep, and I needed good grades to get into dental school. And you're kind of similar, right? Oh, he's a pre-med.
Yes, I'm very introverted as well. I definitely don't think like you have to give it up entirely.
Right, yeah.
Right? You still like kind of get to have like a social life. Your current lifestyle, stress management, well, having fun in general. Like, what are like things like having fun you do for fun?
When I was an undergrad, how I managed my stress was I would set like a day out of a week to get really good food with friends, like I am doing now with Tuo. It just gave me something to look forward to. Tuo, what are we getting?
We're getting a date night.
We're getting a date night?
Yes.
Perfect. We're gonna try this ribeye now.
Wine salt.
Oh. Yeah, wow, that was really good. No, that first bite was crazy.
You bite into it. It's like very juicy.
I know this is a little expensive. It's his birthday today. I remember 2 weeks ago, it was my final, and I was like super stressed out. But right now, I feel perfectly fine. I know that I've been through hard things before, and I know I've been fine after that. And I just like to remind myself when things are getting hard that will pass also. And that's just a good way to keep myself grounded. That's another strategy for stress management.
So Taman, what are your future plans?
My future plan so far is to work as a general dentist right out of dental school. I don't mind moving anywhere as long as the salary is competitive. I don't really know what my future plans are, honestly.
Future plans? Work?
Yeah,
life?
Work.
Family?
Yeah, work. Yep. Thanks for answering the question, James. That was a great way to put it. In terms of YouTube, I guess just keep doing it, see where it goes. Let's hit 100K this year. I also want to open a cafe at some point.
Hello, sir.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
How you been?
I've been good. Honestly, I've been good.
I wanted to get you in on this because we didn't grow up financially prosperous is the best way to put it. It could have been much worse.
We could have had it so much worse, but I feel like we all grew up with the same sort of situation.
Yeah.
And like I personally, I feel very lucky to have everything that I have, but I feel like you don't want to go you don't want to remember that feeling. Like no, it's not happening. But times, man, because I drive past it all the time. It's like we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was fun. Yeah.
We still keep in touch after all these years. Like how could we not be? We spent so much time together. From 3rd grade, 4th grade till now. So
the driving factor for me was if I don't make dentistry work, like I've dug that hole so deep, 18, 19, 20. So if I didn't make it work, there was no safety net for me to fall back on.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I remember, I think we were like 16, or maybe we were sophomores or juniors. You were like, Nate, so you've been playing baseball for so long, are you going to play in college? And I was like, I feel like that stuff always, the whole planning college stressed me out. And when we were like 16 or 17, you were like, yeah, so like, I'm taking this SAT, this subject test, I'm taking that, like I know, and I decided I want to be a dentist. Like you said that at a young age, like you knew, which is awesome. Like you were like taking this test, studying for this, I'm doing this because I want to be a dentist, and I'm gonna apply for like certain schools need certain scores, and I was
That's
like,
so crazy that you remember.
No, I remember that so much because you were so focused, and I was like, dude, I don't even know like what I wanted to do, and like eventually, like I went to Bridgewater State, you went to USC. My first 3 years, I was like, I don't know, I was kind of partying a lot. Some people did it more, but I wasn't too focused on school. But my last 2 years, I started to realize we're in college, like to study, to get good grades, to get a career. Like I realized failing was not an option. Like failing out of school, not an option. I came this far, and I'm paying this much money. No shot I'm letting that happen. So I started to study so hard. And I made the dean's list like 4 times. I had 2 internships, and I was so logged in, and it paid off because I love what I'm doing now, and I think I'm on a good path. We had different paths.
For sure.
We realized the same thing, was that we can't fail, and then we didn't fail.
No, life's looking up.
Yeah, it is.
Looking up. Tony a real one. Say it in the comments, guys. Tony a real one.